euro.
Yeah, for a kilo.
For a kilo.
Yeah, more or less a prosciutto like this is around 100 euro.
100 euro.
Yeah. The producer's price. In the shop, more or less, the price is doubled.
呢個就係 Prosciutto，大家睇下，其實好似做 cheese 咁啊，即係 Parma 係咪世界馳名啊嘛？我哋切薄片啊，就叫 Prosciutto，即係咁樣係。
我哋係 Parma。
嚇？
我哋而家就係 Parma。
啊！我哋而家喺 Parma 係嘛，所以咪睇呢啲啊。睇下有幾多火腿。
So there is an historical connection between the two products we have seen this morning.
Yeah.
Which is the connection? One is cow's milk and the other is pork meat. The connection is the whey. Do you remind the yellow, the liquid that I explained it to you? That is a waste material in cheese making is used for feeding the pigs. So traditionally the cheesemakers are also pigs breeders. The company we've seen, they don't have a piggery, but there are companies that still maintain a piggery in the back. So with this high protein and low fat liquid, they do a soup, blended with cereal, and they feed the pigs. The pigs, the milky protein impact on the texture and on the taste of the meat, making it sweet and tender. That are the characteristics of Parma ham, of prosciutto di Parma. Sweet, the sweetest prosciutto in Italy. In this case, the tradition is ancient. Is the Romans.
Roman time, yeah.
Yeah, the Roman time, 22, 23 centuries. We have written documents in Rome about the habits of the Roman army to stop here and buy prosciutto.
Buy prosciutto,
yeah. And the archaeologists, not so far from here, is about 5 kilometers from here, they found the ruins of a rural Roman villa, just the wall. But the archaeologists, doing their own studies, they found a lot of pork bones, inside and outside. But they are not able to find a female. They suppose that place was an ancient producer of prosciutto di Parma. So, if cheese tradition is so important for us, the prosciutto is really something that is in our DNA. When you say I'm from Parma, everybody knows Parma ham.
Parma ham, yeah.
Parma ham is one of the most trustful brands in food, in the world food production. When you say Parma, means good quality. And this is because the Romans, you know, they spread this knowledge around the empire. So also in Spain they do jamon, jamon, but it was the Romans that they teach and they transfer this knowledge in this part of the empire. But they discovered that here, due specific characteristic of this land, the prosciutto was good. We are just, you come from Cinque Terre, is it correct? We are at the end of a valley. There are 3 valleys. Parma River Valley is the most important, that collect airflow from La Spezia Gulf. And of course the wind, regular winds that enter into this valley coming from the seaside. So due to in the past the producer used to expose the meat outside to be dried by the effect of this air. Of course now nobody makes anymore. After the Second World War, of course, the fridge technology, because you can do only in the winter time. Fridge technology arrives here, and so they can do all year round. We have 168 producers, and the global production is near 9 million legs.
9 million legs, yeah.
9 million legs. 70% sold in Italy, 30% exported. The export rate for the cheese are similar. 32 exported, 68% sold on local.
Italy eats so much cheese.
Yeah, from Alps to Sicily. This is considered a very good product. So I told you, they sold the legs, not the cheese, the legs 2 times, primo sale and secondo sale. And then the prosciutto is hang on in a cold dryer in which stays for 2 months to dry properly, simulating the external winter condition. And the prosciutto stays 2 months in which it loses 25% of the initial weight. And then it's transferred here to build to make the maturation and build the aroma. Before hanging on, I want to show you, they apply here on the muscle exposed this paste. Is a blend of pork fat, flour, and black pepper. Here you can see just a small grains. Black pepper is the only spice admitted in our kitchen. We don't use herbs, we don't use spices, we don't smoke the meat. This is only a little black pepper. In those ones, they use more. It depends on the request of the client. The name of this is sugna, and this is of course a barrier, create a barrier that protects the muscle, but let the evaporation still goes on. They apply also a small quantity here on the bone.
Yeah, you don't smoke.
No. This is just raw and dry by the effect of the salt. Also in this case, we've noticed for the cheese that the salt abstracts moisture. And also in this case, the salt abstracts moisture from the meat, gives flavor, and is a preservative. Okay? Once the prosciutto arrives here, stays additional tool is inserted in 5 points. 1, 2, 3, here near the bone, and here in vertical. The expert arrives here and they do this operation that means puntatura, smelling anytime. If the prosciutto smells good, is approved, and so is branded.
You try every single one?
Every single one. As the cheese, every single leg. Searching for bad fermentation. In this case, there is no second quality, or good, or pet food. It smells bad, really bad. So, and this is the characteristic way to check it, and remains. You can notice here. Because the exigence is to check without opening. Also in this case, they maintain the anatomical integrity. If you open it, you have to eat, you have to consume. To brand, because sometimes the prosciutto is sold half, like this. Also in this case, after it's branded, starts the aging. And so it could be 6 months more, could be 1 year more, could be 2 years more. Also in this case, the aging impact on the characteristic and on the taste of the prosciutto. There are producers that are specialized in long-term aging. They can reach 70 months. But in this case, they start with the big and fat legs that are maintain the meat softer for longer. In this company, they serve only local market, and they do 18 and 24. I run a little bit because maybe you are hungry, you want to eat something. So if you have questions, if something is unclear, we can go upstairs. The guys are still working.